which is unfortunate because I'm sitting at the starting mission screen.
I am in. Who's in?
Oh, it says BRB mode activated. That's unfortunate. You might
No,
have been
no,
the only
no.
one to make it in, from what I can
Yeah,
tell.
but I don't know why I'm on the BRB because I made it.
Just make
All right,
sure
there we
you're
go. We're good. We're good.
okay.
Okay.
Ooh, Zep says lagging. That's unfortunate.
Oh no. Should
Yeah,
we should we restart?
Well, hopefully it's not too bad for him. He did go ahead and found, interestingly enough, he's going for scientific. He's going to be taking those standard 3 steel mill opener, whereas PB found a nice little iron aluminum plot, so he landed on that. And we have a very interesting game already right here. Where basically, PB even has access to a very convenient adjacent geo if he wants it. And Zap, I'm a bit concerned about, because yes, he found a nice little steel triangle, and he's going to be able to use that very effectively. But he doesn't have a lot of other stuff nearby, especially scientific. I'm not seeing good sources of water. I'm seeing just some silicon way to the north. Also, I think the map ended up being large, so that could also create some interesting scenarios this game. Obviously, we've had some of our games played like that, so it shouldn't be too big a deal, but it does change things up a little bit.
There's a power surge right now.
Where the power surge hit, I would expect it to go down on somebody's steel. And it had to be PB, I imagine, because, yep, okay, PB just going to lock down Zap's steel. That makes perfect sense. And we'll see how that goes. For him, unfortunately, for Zap, PB might be able to actually just tank that steel price effectively, and I think that was a big place where Zap had an advantage last game. Was we were seeing that steel went nuts like it almost always does from the neutral colony, carbon getting almost no support whatsoever in terms of maintaining its price. And I think that really, really helped Zap push to having enough money to be able to get the mutinies down and to be able to buy out PB when the time came. See, interestingly enough, these are actually the 2 colonies. Actually, I think there are 3 colonies that are actually viable in 1v1 for the most part. Expansive, I think, is the hardest. A lot of people discount Robotic for some reason that I'm not really entirely sure of, because Robotic can hit early and can hit hard, and there's certainly benefits to that in a 1v1 situation. They can upgrade very, 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 very quickly, faster than Expansives can these days, and just take all of the important claims in the 1v1 match and then ride that to victory very easily. So we'll really have to see how this goes. Whereas Scientific, their strength mostly lies in their claim efficiency and their black market resistance, because black market is already so prohibitive in 1v1. It is so expensive. And having the reduced black market effect definitely is going to be very, very beneficial for Zap this game.
We see that PB is going for the geotherm. Yeah, there you go. And geotherm is almost there, but Zap has wind power. He's losing a little bit of money for just a tiny bit. And we were talking off the air, if you want, Zoltar and I, about how Zap does not prefer to go into debt, while PB isn't really scared of debt. So I don't know which strategy is better. If Zap won the last one, we're going to be able to see if the debt strategy is a better one.
Yeah, I mean, obviously PB let debt get out of hand last time, but I think that was simply from, I believe, not protecting his power is what it came down to. And he needs to, if he could have just fixed that last game, I think that game would have seen an entirely different result. Quite definitely. Interestingly enough, there was an aluminum surplus this game. Now, I think this leans into PB's favor because Zap actually had 2 tiles completely devoted to aluminum production, and all of PB's aluminum tiles are at least keeping his iron flowing in, allowing him to keep making steel, so he doesn't even necessarily need to shut them down.
Let's see, PB's debt right now is at 37,000, while Zap is at 10,000.
Yeah, that's not a surprise. I assume the first claim auction, or the first auction, went to PB. And PB likes to go hard on the first auction almost every single time, likes to try and get a massive advantage out of it. Slant drilling. This could actually be huge for Zap if he's the one to take it. Obviously, you guys will know before I do. But it's very interesting if this doesn't get pressed for hard.
It's just going crazy. They're fighting hard for it.
Oh, it absolutely should, because we've already identified that water is a bit sparse this map. There's just not a great water place for a scientific player in particular. And so if he could get slant drilling and use this, just take on a lot of debt, which he does, then that might save him from his potentially unfortunate scientific found. PB again going hard on the black market like we see him do almost every game, though, EMPing out the steel, which is interesting because steel is not very expensive right now. So he's really just trying to keep Zap from getting to level 3, getting to level 4, going through those upgrades.
Zap does not have his glass furnace on auto supply. I wonder if this is the play just in general. Who is doing that?
I'm not sure. I'm a little locked up over here, so... I really can't answer any of that at the moment. Let's see, if he isn't auto-supplying glass, I think that's probably just an unfortunate mistake, or he might just not have the funds to support it right now. That is the thing about taking out Zap's steel. Even though steel isn't worth that much, it's worth more than anything else Zap was doing at that point. So it can be a bit of an issue. I'm going to just reload this and see if that resolves the problem.
Are you having any issues?
Yeah, I'm having issues. Hopefully this... Nope, the stream's just showing as offline for me.
Oh, I wonder what's going on. No one here is...
Yeah,
you can see it. Yeah,
I'm back. I'm back. It's just Twitch being Twitch. Twitch has been problematic lately for everyone, apparently.
Yeah, there were issues. I logged into my account yesterday and it said 0 followers. And then I went to the Twitch site and apparently they have like 60,000 issues. Among them one of that.
We do see PB committing very heavily to power this game. Definitely, I think, responding to his problems from last game, not wanting to just straight up die on debt. That is going to help his debt out significantly. Probably a very, very nice use of those tiles, especially because he's got the solar panels down, and those can easily be moved into something else if necessary.
We saw that he scrapped the glass and he built electronics. However, it still needs silicon. I mean, both were there on the tile, but they're not really working.
Yeah.
Zap.
Yeah, Zap just struggling with this one. He does need to make sure he has a source of silicon. And the thing is, PB has silicon, and PB can even just go for a very similar play to last game that should turn out much, much better. Unfortunately, Pirate's going to come up. These are some pretty important pirates. We're going to have to see which direction they go.
What is Zap doing with the electronics factory?
I don't know. I honestly don't know. I think his thought process is basically that electronics have gotten expensive. Yep. It should be making
going up,
money.
For sure.
Yeah, it's going up because PB is forced to buy electronics. He doesn't have a choice in the matter, right? But it also, if Zap commits into electronics, it gives PB two exceptionally obvious plays, right? We see Zap got the pirates. He's going to be using them to take away silicon in particular.
Yeah. Well, what I'm concerned with more is I really believe with electronics, you either go two tiles or don't even bother.
Oh, definitely. At least 2 tiles. Yes. Certainly 3 the entire time. Like, at least 3 if you're a robotic player. I mean, 2 tiles as a robotic player still does nothing for you. You got to have at least 3
We see PB was sitting on 6 claims. Okay, he's sending the electronics out.
Is PB going to fight him on electronics? That's interesting. I don't know if I like that approach. See, Zap opened up, like, by indicating he wanted to go electronics. It kind of provided PB the opportunity to knock out 2 birds with 1 stone with an electronics surplus if he wanted to go that route. He just surpluses electronics, then he's getting less debt accumulation, having less of an issue with his stock price, and he cuts into Zap's production if Zap wanted to keep leaning that way. But we can really see the effect that those EMPs and those power surges have had on Zap this game, I think. because Zap is still down at level 3, and PB, this
Yes.
is what we're talking about. This is the robotic strength. This is their fast expansion. Nobody can match it in the game anymore. And already being on level 5 with this strong electronics production established,
And
with the source of silicon and carbon and aluminum,
I
this
must
could work out very
say
well.
that so far PB's debt is less than Zap's debt, because PB is sitting on 39,000 debt and he's paying it off, while Zap has 62,000 in debt.
Yeah, I would love for PB to stop auto-selling power at this point, just to kind of encourage Zap to maybe try and use those tiles differently and then kick it back up as soon as he has the opportunity. But Zap, unlikely to actually scrap his power. He's scared to do those types of things from what I've seen. So we'll just have to see what happens on that front. It does not surprise me at all, though, that Zap is the one with debt this game, because in the 1v1 scenario, the primary source of debt is actually the auctions, and Zap had 2 very important auctions on day 1 and day 2 that he absolutely had to take. And that gave a nice advantage to PB.
Oh, pleasure though. That's unexpected.
That's exceptionally Zap. I don't like it in 1v1. I don't think it's a good decision, especially against a robotic player.
Yep.
But we'll have to see how much money it makes him. I mean, it could be strong because a lot of resources aren't worth very much right now. But I have to wonder if maybe he would be better off with just 3 food. Maybe he would be better off with just having put electrolysis down by his food.
I was just thinking the same thing. I don't know why he is. You gotta, if you can do the triangle, you gotta commit to it.
Yeah, he's trying to diversify, and I'm just sitting here going, I understand where you're coming from in not wanting to tank a resource too much, but seriously, you're making food. Why not just put down a hacker array? It's almost certain to make more money than the Pleasure Dome. Then you can stick to your 3 food. You have 600% food production, effectively, and you have something that you can very, very easily short, since your opponent is likely going to be focusing on shorting his own electronics. And I don't know. Not having a hacker array, not having production down. He even turned it off. Wow. Anyway, what were you saying, Soren?
I mean, it looks to me like PB does he even do anything with his water? I can't see what's south of his headquarters.
No, I don't think he's actually using the water. I don't know how much water he stores up. Layla can check that out for us if she would like to.
Yes. PB or Zap?
PB, in particular, what kind of water he has. All right,
he has
Zap.
about 200 things of water.
Yeah, okay, so he's just been sitting on it this whole time, because Zap doesn't have a lot of water, right? He actually stole some away with the pirates, and some away with a mutiny, I think, earlier.
And not only that he has 270 things of food, and he just sold them. He shorted the food and sold it.
Zap did, or
PB.
PB shorted food. Okay.
He
So
shorted
PB
food. Wow.
No, I don't think PB shorted food, but there was a food short that happened.
What's
He's
going on in the
He's shorting electronics next.
Yeah, that's the exact standard thing I would expect. He even punished Zap's electronic supply. It would surprise me a lot if he doesn't buy into that short before it occurs, as long as he remembers that it's going on.
Sure.
The food short
was
term
probably natural, because he was sitting on about 271 things of food, and he's just sold them as soon as they went up, as if he's expecting it to happen.
He may have just gotten lucky there, but either way, he's in a strong position. But I'm just surprised we didn't see a hacker array in place of that Pleasure Dome.
Well, we see a hacker array up now at least.
See it now, but like I would think Zap should have committed more towards the food, because he hadn't seen PB Head go in that direction, and then it's just short food. I mean, what's PB Head going to be able to do about that?
Well, PB Head just removed all of his. He scrapped something, and he's building glass right now.
I'm actually very surprised that PB Head has not surplused food yet, if I'm honest.
Yeah, I agree.
Like, that is the standard PB Head play. That's exactly what we expect him to be doing. And he's not focusing on it at all. But he might have wanted to end the game before the food surplus would have come into effect, but I don't know if that's going to work out for him, because Zap was able to afford so many of his own shares. We can see they're both fighting over them now, but I don't know if PB has quite enough to do this. Okay, he's going to blow up the hacker array. That's potentially exceptionally strong play on PB's part. Identifying how many goon slides have been purchased, where they were likely to be placed, in what order, understanding I don't need a short food. I don't need to do that. I just need my opponent to not get off his short in time, and then I can surplus it or do whatever I want with my own hacker array later.
Right. My mind right now, he just needs a short glass, and the game's over, basically.
I think so. I have to assume that's what he's doing. He's either surplusing food or shorting glass. Both of them would make a lot of sense. And we can see PB actually identifying the $3 power price, and he's going to commit those tiles to some actual resources. Now, there was a very nice play from Zap earlier, where it did open him up to a power surge, but PB misplayed against the power surge potential. kind of caused him some problems. But anyway, where he got pirated on his water resources, on his reactor, and on his 2 foods. They were pirated, but then he linked them up to his headquarters with that hacker array.
Yeah,
and that was just debt against PB, and that's it. Now, the thing about that is, for that to matter, Zap's going to have to actually start purchasing PB's stock. Shouldn't be too difficult a thing to do, but oh wow, PB's just going to outfood Zap if he can. EMP comes down.
Makes sense. So what's he doing in the hacker array? Can we look at that, Layla?
In the hacker array right now, he is shorting glass.
Yeah, no surprise. Oh, but a glass surplus. That might have come from Zap. I'm not sure. That might have come from Zap.
Yeah, can we check out what's going on in Zap's hacker array?
Mm-hmm. Also, glass shortage.
A glass shortage?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Sometimes you might want to hit escape. Sometimes it gets the players wrong when you're looking at the hacker arrays.
Okay.
So hit escape to close the hacker array, switch over to Zap, and then open it up again.
It's gone. I can't see. Right now he's going into food.
It's a glass surplus. Well,
Zap is going into food.
Yep.
And now Zap went into a glass surplus. So he deleted the thing he was surplusing the food, and now he's surplusing the glass.
Yeah, well that makes sense. It's this is PBN's game to lose though at this point. Like I don't really.
I think so. He's already at 89% with this glass short that he was pushing through. The glass short, even with the surplus, PB knew how to handle that situation. He was just like, okay, I will just sell it all, and then I'm just going to buy it right back. We can see PB had actually even hit 100% on Zap, but it's just he's right on that edge. He's right at that line, which is forcing Zap, I think, to try and pay off debt just to stay alive. But it's just a stalling factor. It's not going to. It shouldn't change the outcome of the game as long as both players keep playing up to the level they have been. Now, what I do love is that finally got his reactors down. Finally.
Oh man, that's a lot of money right there. This doesn't look like a very good scientific map to begin.
No, I was very surprised to see scientific on this. Now, we do see Zap is actually trying to force PB into a lot of debt. This is exactly the kind of play Zap will do. He decided to stay in the power, saw PB got out of it, and Zap is not auto-selling power. That's driving power up. That's going to give PB a lot of debt. On top of that, PB's old power location is currently EMP'd, so he can't switch that up very easily. Now, what I will say is I'm a bit surprised PB is still in electronics. I think those need to go away. I don't like the glass furnaces either. None of these are making him a lot of money. Instead, he's just trying to work these hacker arrays to finish the game.
Yeah.
And it might be enough, but frankly, steel's at $5. So he's still seriously at $5. Just change those. Like, that costs you almost nothing. It's pennies on the value.
Yeah, I would just switch them to reactors. I mean,
exactly. Like, just go to reactors. Just outproduce Zap.
Protects you from whatever Zap is doing. And,
this geotherm, I'm going to be very surprised if this doesn't go to PB for 10,000. Okay, Zap's going to push it even harder. Zap, I guess, is just trying to ride his power to victory. Ride that power.
He better let this one go. I think PB will jump to 95% if he takes
I am really surprised that PB actually bid that up from 12. I would have just let Zap have his debt, be like, all right, all I needed was a little leg up, and I've got it. Okay, we see that the glass furnaces are away, and the reactors have come down in exchange. So that's very good.
Over the glass furnaces, though, that's kind of odd.
Those wind turbines are begging to be power surged, but a power surge is very expensive.
Now on Zap's end, the hacker array is just sitting, but on PB's head, he's going very hard for the fuel surplus. And Zap is starting to buy PB. He's starting to go for PB. He has a claim though. PB head is sitting on a claim.
Yep. Well, buying PB head will increase Zap's stock price, so he might as well if he can.
Oh, he definitely needs to try it. Oh, PB went for the Kim short, just trying to find something neither of them was in and use his dominant funds to try and push through on the game.
I know PB has the upper hand, but Zap is definitely fighting.
It's amazing he's still fighting.
Yeah.
Well, you know, PB had it and he let it go, I think, with just... he was trying to get fancy with the hacker array instead of just simply using his strong production potential.
Totally agree.
How close did he get?
Whoa!
He hit 100%, didn't he?
At some point.
Whoa!
What happened?
What's up? We're behind. What's going on?
So PB just won.
There, good. Good. That's exactly what we expected on the Kim short. That's exactly what I was seeing. He knew what was up. He just found a valuable resource Zap wasn't going to be able to compete in. And even though he had a lot of debt, even though his stock price was lower, if you have the money, you can just force the shortage on through and you're going to take the game.
It's just, I think he control shifted down. I think that's what he done because
probably.
it went from in the 80s to like poof. He just like got him. Okay, wow. So PB won and Zap won. I'm gonna create again.
All right, I'm not going to even try to join. I think if there's less observers, maybe there's a better chance of it working.
Yeah, I'm just gonna go for 4 then.
Okay, we can try it. Hopefully it'll work out this time.
Do you want me to change the map size?
Yeah, make it small this time. Interestingly enough, I don't think it actually affected things too much that game. Everybody kind of was able to get the resources they wanted anyway. If the only thing it might have done was drive up fuel prices a bit, but that never became too relevant of a factor, right? Like reactors didn't come down until super late, and it's just the way it is. All right. You don't have lobby control yet, so we'll need some people to cycle out. Just let me know when you have it, and I'll pop on in. And yes,
Okay,
chat,
yeah.
by the way, I have been functioning on a delay this whole time, so I'm trying to call things through. And there you go, by the way, guys. That's the power of robotics. Too much of an early lead, took too much of an advantage.
And here we go. I have it.
And that cleans up the game.
Mm-hmm. That's interesting. I mean, you know, you want that to happen. Zap to win 1, PB to win 1.
They're both very strong
yeah,
players.
Yeah. Well played. Ready up. 4, 3, 2,
Small map, okay, we're good.
1, and let's go. Hopefully you'll be able to make it.
Whoa, I think I made it in this time.
Cool.
Yeah, we
Awesome
can actually
job.
observe. I'm sorry, sorry.
That's all right.
All right. So we've got PB Head. He's going to be scouting up to the northeast. He has found some aluminum, and he has found, well, mostly a lot of aluminum, unfortunately for him. That's not going to do a whole lot. Zap not looking much better, though. He's found the same big aluminum patch PB did, and then he scouted west, and he's just hit a nice big water patch. He's found a little carbon. Neither of these players finding resources yet that's going to allow them to actually found, though. It's going to be a hunt for the carbon and the iron this game, and it might just be a case of whoever gets to that first has a huge advantage, and the other player is going to be fighting from behind. PB Head getting scared, actually deciding, fine, if this map is going to be like this, I'm just going to take the 2 low carbons. I'm going to figure it out from there. Zap still hunting.
Zap is still
Trying to
hunting.
find something-
He's still
something
trying to
better.
find.
PB, I believe, let's see, there's 1 iron tile left. There's 1 low iron tile, and there are
And he
2
found it.
medium carbon tiles. Zap is going to found next to the aluminum, so he'll be able to grab that up without too much difficulty. And
going
these
for the
players are
carbon.
actually going to commit equal tiles to equal amounts of carbon at this stage. But Zap is going to be far more vulnerable to the underground nukes because of how his carbon is distributed. PB is going to have the adjacency bonuses. Zap is not, and underground nukes are equally effective at knocking both of these tiles down to trace. So that does give PB Head the slight lead in this game so far, I would say. But Zap, having found it second, he's going to get that extra claim at level 2, and we'll have to see if he can make good use of it. Zap also securing, in fact, some high water. Instead of securing any aluminum at level 1, he's already purchased enough as aluminum that he will be able to upgrade, and so that sounds like a very reasonable play to me.
It does. It does. I mean, in the chat they're saying that Zap is map screwed, but I don't think he
I
is.
completely
he
disagree.
is-
Chat,
he
you're
is
entirely
that
wrong on
map
that.
screwed.
Quiet. Just look.
Be quiet.
Just I know what map screw feels like. Trust me. Just look. These players are on exactly the same amount of carbon. Exactly the same amount.
We can say that PB started earlier, but
But then
That's
that gives
the
Zap
only-
the extra claim. So
Yeah.
Exactly.
there you go.
Exactly. No, I know what that feels like. This map was awful again because, frankly, both players did have to go scavenger, but they're going to make it work. I think PB actually might have knocked out an iron tile with his found. Whoa. Okay, that was cold fusion. Wow.
this is a tricky one.
This is a game. Now, cold fusion that early,
You're
that's
gonna
power for cold fusion, right? So Zap is now being forced to purchase water in order to power all of his buildings.
He better grab that medium water next to his high.
Yeah, but he already has the high water, so this has put him in an interesting position of not acquiring that much debt.
And he has ice, so if anything goes wrong, he can always revert to that.
He does have access to ice, but it's just so interesting. It's so interesting now. I would love to see PB just try and like move into what? Oh, there it is.
Underground nuke.
PB. This is exactly what we're talking about. This is exactly what I expect PB to be doing. Knocking down Zap's carbon. Zap's now working on 1.75 carbon a second, and PB is probably just going to underground nuke the other one.
Oh, no.
Since he has the opportunity. That's a problem. Zap going to be wanting to goon squad that in order to stay in the game.
Oh, poor Zap. I definitely can say that, at least in my opinion, that PB is more aggressive in the black market than Zap is.
Oh, PB, I think, is the single most aggressive player in the black market of any player in this game.
Well, this game should be all about the black market because they're so evenly matched and they're both scavengers. Like, they need to be pushing that black market to the limit.
Yeah, what I do find interesting is basically nobody is making money right now because we have a scavenger on scavenger match.
Yeah.
So what's happening is carbon is worth nothing right now. It will be worth something later, but it's worth nothing right now. Water's worth nothing because they've both established it. Silicon is basically worth nothing, and they both have a little bit of that. Power's worth basically $40, but it's going to be hard to make money on because how it's going to be working. Oh, and
it's a good play. You deserve it, PB.
Turning the underground nuke around.
I hope he takes PB.
Oh, he definitely
takes
did right
it
away.
to PB.
Instantly.
Wow.
Good job. But PB has the two adjacent to each other.
PB didn't spot the Goon Squad purchase. He had to know where that Goon Squad was going to be. Now, what PB can do with this is try and force Zap into another Goon Squad, but I think that's a serious turnaround in Zap's favor.
That's a game-changing move right there. I might just drop that on the water, the high water.
On the water, I think you... Hold on. No, because PB has one that has almost nothing now, and another one that has one, so it's a low.
Oh, sorry. Which one? Where he did use the underground nuke? Where
he used it.
He already used it.
Zap used it on the low carbon tile of PB's.
Okay.
One of PB's two low carbon tiles.
He's really trying to push him on carbon.
Yeah.
Superconductor came up, and they're fighting for it, but not much.
I imagine PB's just going to let this go to Zap for 9,000.
Yeah,
like,
why not?
Because why not? Like, I don't even understand why that got bid up as high as it did by Zap. It's just...
Well, it's a really weird situation in a two-player game where Cold Fusion comes out that early.
Yeah.
I mean, the price of power is just going to basically go up however much PB Head decides to push it up.
Yeah.
And, you know, Zap can build power if he wants to make money off it, or he can just totally ignore it, which gives him potentially a huge number of extra claims to work with.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if he has a chance in this game, he really needs to figure out a way to use that claim advantage on PB Head. Like, Cold Fusion basically was like 3 extra claims if he wants it.
Yeah. No,
Because
he definitely has the ability to use Cold Fusion in his favor, and he's trying to.
Yeah, the problem for PB Head is he's going to need to build power, but he's not going to be able to make money off of power. Because basically, he's going to build power, and then he's just going to drive the price down to, 1. There's really no other way around it in a two-player game.
Right.
The black market is
and I don't know, if I were PB Head, I would probably be just trying to drive up the price on water as much as I could by putting down reactors. Interestingly, though, we see PB actually went into a glass furnace. Zap has also been sitting on a glass furnace this whole time, just letting it slowly eke in, and he's very close to being able to hit that upgrade button and take a nice lead in this game, potentially.
When he grabs that upgrade, he better grab one of those medium waters.
I definitely see Zap going in much more debt when he's playing these games. I mean, right now he's sitting on 22,000, almost double the amount of debt that PB has.
Yeah, but Zap's debt's entirely on winning those auctions, and PB's is just from power and life support, so we'll have to see how much of a difference that ends up making. Zap is going to upgrade pretty much as soon as he has the ability to, without spending too much glass, without lowering that glass price. Going to get down another glass furnace, no big surprise there.
Yeah. The carbon production is just about the same, actually. Am I right? There is no other carbon on this map?
No.
Yeah, you're right.
That's it.
There's no other carbon. A carbon auction, if that comes up, would be really interesting this game.
Oh man, that would be tasty. Slant drilling is another interesting option.
Oh, definitely. Slant drilling, much better option for Zap than PB at the moment, although it would force him to defend his tile. but it
Yeah.
is an interesting option.
Mm-hmm.
Both players just running on no carbon, though. Makes
Yeah,
for
well,
a weird game.
PB
Yeah,
is starting to collect a little bit of debt over there because he is starting to set things on auto supply. Like his glass is set on auto supply. He needs oxygen. He's losing a little bit of money on oxygen.
Well, he'll be having to pay funds for the oxygen he has to use for his glass furnace, I believe. But he is definitely acquiring a lot of debt, not having moved into life support at all. And that'll just keep going up for the duration of the game. I'm really surprised. I will be very surprised if PB doesn't move heavily into something like reactors very, very soon. Just try and drive up the price of Zap's power. Force him to commit more claims to water, not let him get his advantage off cold fusion.
So for the new people who just joined the room, let's just say this is the third game of a best of 5. Zap won one and PB won the other one. So it's a 1-1 so far. And they both went scavenger. That's a choice of colony you can get based on the resources you see on the map. And they both went scavenger by PB founding first his colony and Zap founding second, but getting an extra claim.
Yeah, I really think Zap may have made a mistake by not grabbing one of those medium waters. I feel like water is just going to get more and more important as this game goes on.
Yeah, Zap actually making an interesting move, by the way, and moving into a wind turbine.
Mm-hmm.
Just trying to make money, or trying to get rid of his debt, I suppose. I don't know if that's a good idea.
And he got mutinied too.
At least he can repurpose it because energy is destined to get down to it. Either energy is going to get to $1, or Zap is going to, or PB Head is going to debt his way out of the game.
He can repurpose it, but my big concern about the wind turbine is how carbon-starved these players are this game.
Yeah.
And the fact that wind turbines cost 80 carbon.
Yeah.
That is
Yeah, why didn't
not
you go solar?
negligible this game. Yeah, exactly. Like, why not a solar panel instead of a wind turbine?
Because then you could put the solar
And
panel in the potential
good
triangle
job.
with the reactor.
Zap trying to do
Zap is mutinying the power of PB. Both the turbines are mutinied right now.
I'm getting very worried. PB just grabbed one of those medium waters. If he grabs the other one, Zap could be in big trouble.
It's really interesting, in my opinion, that both players kind of control each other's power production for the moment. So Zap is trying to drive PB into a lot of debt. But the thing is, he's not making money off this yet. He's just maintaining his own debt, basically. He is managing to pay it off bit by bit by bit, but not a lot, because he's still having to buy so much food and water. It's a very interesting game. Electrolysis reactors do come down PB at level 3. He'll have control of his wind turbines before too long, and power's still actually going up in price right now. Well, until we saw some buildings turned off.
All right, here comes the water pump, and it's at last.
Finally, the water pump comes down. Right.
I really almost feel like he needed both of those medium waters, but I guess we'll see.
He might be able to make it work. Still very vulnerable to underground nukes. Obviously, those got made expensive this game quite quickly. And a water shortage. Oh, wow.
Oh, man, just in time. Man.
That is huge for PB, because PB hasn't been having to spend the water, right? Zap's water has been getting knocked down and knocked down and knocked down and knocked down. PB is sitting on 550 water right now for this shortage. Zap bought into it and is still only at 200. I think it'll come down to, PB, yep. PB sold in that really, really fast. He made a lot of money off that short. And Zap, I think he's going to make something, because water wasn't too expensive when he made the buy, but it's not going to be very much. That is huge for PB. Absolutely massive. But completely Zap's fault in a lot of ways.
Interesting tile. Oh, what will this go for? Although interesting, the price of carbon is still pretty low, but like you think this should go for at least 20.
Yeah, well, these players not expanding very quickly. So
yeah. The issue is how much more debt can PB take on?
That is the big concern, especially because his power has been getting mutinied.
Wow, he took for 12? I think that was too low.
Yeah, 12,000. Well, it's understandable. It depends on how fast people are trying to end this game. Zap looks like he wants to end this game fast. He's sitting on about 300 silicon. Silicon's at a nice, good $80 right now.
Yeah.
And he may try and make a hacker array play on that later.
Just blew up PB Head's turbine.
Mm-hmm. He's trying to finish out this game while PB has 100,000 debt, and he may be able to pull it off.
Yeah.
I went for a cup of water. I came back. Everything is bright mutiny. Someone dynamited. Someone power surged.
Okay, that's a big deal for PB. This is
This
what
is
he's
pretty
managed to
cool.
turn this water short into, is he managed to acquire half of his own stock. So even though his debt is exceptionally high, he's managed to recover some of that stock price. Zap's going to have to pay double for those, and it pushes the game toward the long term, where we've seen PB kind of taking this very long game approach to the whole thing, and he's trying to force it to actually work out that way.
Yeah. Oh man, that mutiny of the high water, that is painful for Zap. I really think he should have
Yeah,
claimed both those medium waters. He put himself in this situation. This is his own fault. He could have,
It
instead
is,
of
it is.
building that wind turbine south of his colony, he could have grabbed that other medium water.
I know, and this wind turbine is the big concern for me because it is not making any money.
Money.
That
Yeah,
is the
for
big
sure.
thing. It's not getting him money.
He should, honestly, right now, he should delete it, put an ice condenser there. Or, I guess, another glass furnace. One or the other. Although
That's-
glass right now is terrible.
Yeah, glass right
Yeah,
now
he
is
just
pretty
got
bad.
rid of it. Yeah, farm.
A glass shortage, though. Oh man,
Oh,
players moving out of glass.
that is
As
hilarious.
glass goes nuts. PB though, with the funds again. PB is the one who's been sitting on the money. He's going to be the one able to buy into this short. And Zap, because he's committed so many tiles into just not getting debt, PB is the one able to actually use these shorts. This is the power of funds over debt. And this is why PB and I push the whole look, debt's
not
free
that bad.
until you die.
Yeah, until start buying you.
Because we can see Zap doesn't get anything out of this. PB had about 300 glass saved up for all of that. He could just even buy up the rest of his own stock for all he cares. Now, he does have to start watching debt at this point. He can't let himself spiral too hard, especially with these mutinies, but he's gotten such a huge advantage. He's just going to bounce to the next short the second it pops. Iron thing. PB is just trying to ride his funds to victory. Now, Zap is sitting on 600 water right now at $94 a piece. So he can definitely do something with that. He mutinied PB's tile. He's gotten his own back from the mutiny. And we'll have to see if he can make that work. Not sure exactly how much money Zap is sitting on with all of that, but 700 water up at $100, that's not negligible. And Zap's just keep trying to drive that price up, which is also trying to strangle out PB's production by making him pay a lot of money to keep these farms and these reactors online. We can see they all switched over to needs H2O. Now they're all off.
Zap was losing about 200 something on fuel. And PB's not giving him a break in that. He keeps freezing his stuff.
Yeah, interestingly enough, PB also took another water pump in order to trying to capitalize on this high water price, maybe not realizing that Zap forced that water price high and is trying to make a lot of money with it. Unfortunately for Zap, water's price comes down really fast when you start selling it, and PB actually just started selling his off before Zap even did, so he did not get a lot of advantage off this play, and he may just die to PB right here and now.
Yeah, this is not looking good for Zap.
No.
Really, really crazy game here.
It's
Super crazy game. Wow.
very crazy.
PB, I love
Blue
this.
is everywhere.
He saw the iron shortage. He understood that was going to drive iron ridiculously high, so he just dropped an iron mine. It's like, whatever. I'm going to go for the kill. I know it. I'm just going to make $150 a second on that one tile, because why not? It's fantastic.
Oh,
Love it.
man.
Well, I don't expect this game to go a whole lot longer, guys. Zap's even turned off his water production. He does have a large store of it saved up, so he's not getting any debt right now. But we do see a glass shortage coming through. Both players about equally bought into this, so this is just going to be a game of chicken with who wants to stay into it longer. Oh, PB bought a lot more just now. And neither player in too much, not enough that a short sell will really affect the other one a whole lot. So if PB just sits on this for the duration, once again, nice big chunk of change for him that Zap can't do anything about.
Yeah, well, PB has, in the water department, he has about 263, and Zap has about a little less than 400.
Solar panels turning into glass furnaces, that shouldn't be any big surprise. Glass going to stay super expensive. Zap's farms, it looks like, are also going to move into glass furnaces. Obviously, big advantage to PB in that transition. He still has reactors. He still has food. He's going to be making glass. He's got all the most valuable stuff, and Zap's just sitting on, he's running on empty. good match between these two so far, though. We could see both players. Yeah, it was a hard map. This is something I love. You have to be careful when you're talking about somebody getting map screwed because, yeah, it definitely happens sometimes, and it would be a nice thing to avoid. But in this particular case, what happened was there was just a very hard map to be able to play out. There was not a whole lot of carbon, but there was enough. Both players ended up taking an exact equal amount because that's what they were able to do, and both players honestly playing it out very, very well. You have to say that a lot of people probably would have just died if they hadn't had access to carbon and they wouldn't have known what to do.
True. What's carbon situation late in the game?
It's funny, the price of carbon is still not that high.
Well, neither of them transitioning around a whole lot. They both kind of understood what sort of game this was going to be. You'll notice neither player has pushed to level 5.
Right.
There's 100% for PB as soon as he notices it, by the way. So it's just a case of he'll control down, take it.
100, there you go, 100%.
But neither player made that big upgrade push, and instead they were making sure to move into those super, super valuable resources as much as they could. And if one player had been trying to push for upgrades and exclusively taken that route, he could have been locked out of the game, but it didn't happen. So it was really well played by...
Very well played. You guys, you have both your predictions, you and Soren Zoltar. You are leading the predictions, Zoltar, and then Soren, So you both have your money on PB?
No. That's the side story here. Is we're I think basically tied in the predictions run, and basically if Zap wins, I win the predictions. If PB wins, then Zoltar wins. So
true facts.
Hopefully we get to a 5th game here, and that will be what decides it.
Well, see, you both though have your money on PB, right?
No, that's what I'm saying. Oh, what do you mean? Okay, define your money on.
Who are you betting for? Who do you think is going to win the game in your predictions? Who did you think?
Oh, like I said, I picked Zap, and Zoltar picked PB.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah.
And whichever one ends up winning, we will be the person who wins the prediction, according because we're already ahead of everyone else. So.
I do want to point out that today one of the participants is going to get a free key. I already went ahead and put all the names in a bucket. And in the end, we're just gonna, announce who's gonna win.
All right, so I'm taking a quick little glance at resources from that game. I don't know if you guys have the lobby up or whatnot, but we can see that Zap made about 110,000 that game if we looked at his purchase versus his sold, whereas PB Head made about 263,000.
Wow.
So that's the big difference. And honestly, if we want to look at that and then we look at how much debt both players had that game, we know PB had about 100,000 debt and Zap had none.
Yeah.
So that's just where that gulf lies.
Yep. Well, these games are sort of a discussion played out in the form of a game over the value of debt. All right, we got the lot.
Both these players who understand both of the perspectives so well.
Yep. I just want to point
out
the
Zap,
by the way.
Yeah, I'll be in there in just a second. I did want to point out that Zap actually purchasing more water than he sold that game. PB Head selling 71,000 in water total. Whereas Zap lost about $7,000 on water purchases. Not even water auto purchases, just water purchases. So that definitely was costing him that game.
I must say that I just went and looked at the chat a little bit, and Deaf Monkey is hilarious. He's so funny. I'm just reading his chat and giggling. And yes, you guys, that voice when someone says, by the way, Zoltar, Deaf Monkey thinks that your voice is sexy.
That's sorry, Deaf Monkey, I'm married.
And then he goes to say that his voice is in the game. It's true. Deaf Monkey's voice is in the game. He's the one who goes, your stock is getting sold.
So that's Deaf Monkey.
That's Deaf Monkey. Your stock is getting sold.
Gotcha.
Definitely gets people's attention.
It's like, what? In the beginning when I played the game, I thought someone was in the game. I was like, who's there? Who talked? That was Deaf Monkey.
All right, are we ready? It looks like PB Head is back.
Yeah, I'm ready. Hopefully these two are ready. We can throw out one more check of that real quick, just because I know when you rejoin the game, it auto sets you to ready, so I always like to just check one more time before we get started.
4, 3, 2, 1, and let's go. Please get in. Please get in.
I got in again, so that's
Yay!
fantastic. Everything's
Cool.
working exactly how we would hope it to. Apparently, we just can't make the push to 3, which is unfortunate. Now, Zap found exactly the kind of territory he likes. A triple low iron tile. But this time, not going to throw down Scientific on top of it right away.
They both. Oh! Oh!
Going for Scientific, but they both have their own triple tiles. Now, I think Zap, if I had to say who has an advantage on this, I have to give it to PB. He found it literally a split second behind Zap, and even though Zap is better positioned, maybe just a hair, to take advantage of the rest of the resources on that map, PB gets an extra claim for just a half second of a production, and maybe a slightly worse founding position. Wow, with the geotherm. I just want to point out that we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 geotherm tiles on this map for those two
This
players.
must be a volcanic map.
PB apparently making his purchases better than Zap did because he actually pushed to the upgrade first, which is huge because that means PB is going to get this fantastic aluminum production and Zap's just going to be left with the scraps from what's left over in the map. I think Zap has no access to adjacency bonuses at all. So we're seeing the huge importance of these resources right now.
Yeah, claiming those 2 aluminums is a great move.
Absolutely fantastic for PB.
No
He's going to have that great aluminum production. There's a potential for mutinying here. Zap still has that strength, but both players Scientific. Black Market, I don't expect to see as much of it this game.
Oh man, the water on this map is
the water
terrifying.
is crazy. We see a silicon flying over with glass. They all went for the silicon.
I didn't even see who put out all these tiles, and I can't tell now because they're flying through the air.
PB had just grabbing the high water, right?
Oh, is PB the one getting the high water as well?
Yes, I think so.
Underground nuke already onto Zap's aluminum.
Getting aggressive for
That's
sure.
PB at play.
Nice move.
Both players so busy looking around this map trying to figure it out. I think they're trying to push this auction as long as they can, just so they can have some extra thinking time. Now, geotherm, potentially nice. They don't have to take it, but I think it's worth what the players are valuing it at. This 14, 16,000 that we're seeing. It's actually going to go for 18 to PB head. Very surprising. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Zap's still pushing it higher. I think PB has to let this go. PB already has the claim advantage.
Let's see who got it. PB got the water and the silicon.
Yeah, PB took the
What?
water and the silicon. Actually,
What?
got a quarry and a water pump. Zap, instead, he was throwing glass furnaces out.
Zap got the aluminum.
Yeah, but he decided to take a low aluminum instead because his aluminum had gotten nuked out. I think PB should have waited a hair on that because what happened was PB pulled the trigger too soon. And so what happened was Zap actually canceling the glass furnaces that he had sent out to the low silicon tiles in the west.
He got the
And
geo.
instead committing to the aluminum to ensure he was going to have plenty of production.
Interesting thought. Yeah.
I wonder why he got that geo. I mean, there are some that are closer to him.
It was the geo auction.
It was the auction.
Oh, okay.
It was
Sorry,
the auction.
I went for water.
It means that it is vulnerable to dynamite. It will take some time to repair if PB decides to go down that route.
Yes.
And he might go down that route.
Yeah, definitely vulnerable to dynamite. Like, that is one of the few places where scientifics actually don't have a huge advantage is in defending themselves against dynamite, especially on geotherm tiles. Like, expansives can pretty much just do it better because they start with their geotherm costing so little money, just so few steel, that it can definitely be a strength for them. Now, one thing to note is that because both players are scientific and they both started with triple steel mill, steel is actually worth like nothing in this game.
Yeah.
So I would be very surprised, I think, not to see this geotherm taken up by PB. He's actually going to do that right now. It's exactly the kind of thing I would expect. He could even maybe take another one and be okay. You'd have to risk. It is a bit of a risk putting that much into guaranteed power for the duration.
Well, he put a solar on his trace aluminum also.
Well, that was Zap.
So-
Yeah, that was Zap.
Oh, you're talking about PB?
Zap's, yeah, I was talking about PB taking his close geotherm. He's the one that pushed to that level 3. So yeah, Zap's got definitely the power edge right now, as we always see Zap have. But PB's got the upgrade advantage. He's trying to make that aluminum work for as long as he can this game, even though Zap has caught back up in aluminum production, sitting at a nice 2 compared to PB's 3.
Oh, man.
Oh, okay. PB's actually going to claim some carbon tiles. And he's dropped a solar panel on one, might put a solar panel on the other, he is the one with the silicon production right now, so he can definitely make solar panels quite easily.
He has put a solar panel. I don't see how he assigned his next tile.
I don't think he's actually sent anything out to it yet.
No, not yet.
Is that close to a carbon monopoly? How much carbon is on this map?
I don't see a whole lot of carbon on the map. He's not in a monopoly yet. Okay, there are
No,
8
no,
carbon
there are
seven.
4 on the northwest.
Okay.
4 tiles.
Very far away, which is worth noting. But
Sure.
so he's got the better carbon tiles, almost certainly. Fewer adjacency bonus potential, but that's not a big deal right now.
Boy, you know, I would have rather grabbed some water with those claims than the carbon. I mean, I see, you know, it's nice to grab the only ones that are close to you, but like the carbon, the water is all going to go. Every tile of water on this map is going to go.
Yeah, it should at least.
Get the ones,
if the game runs
get the
long
ones that are adjacent to each other.
I mean,
and-
PB already has the best water tile on the map, right?
Yeah.
There's no question about that. And so maybe that's his thought process. He just wants to secure this carbon as well.
But what's the carbon going to do for him? You know,
I
long
don't
term
know.
compared to like the two. There are 2 low waters that are adjacent to each other, right?
Yeah, there are 2 low waters adjacent to each other. It might have been nice to secure those away from Zap so he didn't even have the potential. PB actually making the move into
The
iron.
black market is
Hmm.
alive.
He says, whatever, steel's $14. I've got
Yeah.
200 of that already. He actually just buys up even more to completely secure the steel in case Zap tries any funny business with there. He's got 270 steel right now, and so he's just, he's done. He's done making it for now.
Yeah, that makes sense.
For sure.
Can
And
we
a
scroll-
hacker array. Wow.
Can we scroll the
see an
camera
iron hack
down
right now.
down south, Layla?
I want to see an iron hack right now so bad. Or actually, I would like to see a glass surplus and then an iron hack. That's what I would expect out of PB right now. If he's paying real close attention to this map, a glass surplus and then an iron hack.
Shortage on water. There you go. Who has more water? We can see PB has about 190, almost 200 things of water. What's that situation? Minus 11. That's gonna hurt.
The black market is online.
That's gonna hurt. What's
Who
the
sent out that reactor to the double
situation?
waters?
That's PB.
That's
Was it
PP?
PB? Was it PB that sent out the... Oh, it was. Excellent. I actually really
that's-
like that play from PB.
Yeah, for sure. Those I've been eyeing those for a while. I mean, they're both scientific.
And he's,
so-
he's shorting water. And
Whoa,
he's shorting
PB
water.
expands again. That's very interesting. I wonder if Zap is just struggling with this game while he waits for his glass furnaces to actually turn on. That underground nuke could have been a fantastic play for PB in
Look
forcing
at
the aluminum.
PB. PB sending water and a reactor. He's claiming 2 things of water. One for a water pump and one for a reactor adjacent to his first one. And water is also adjacent to his first pump.
And
Is
we
he-
see carbon quarries going down
And
as
he's
well.
shorting water. So basically, he's just going for the water play.
Yeah, he's putting himself into a dominant position. Those glass furnaces, they're just so far away. I mean,
They're
you
so far away. It's
You gotta
insane.
sip the oxygen there. You gotta sip the glass back. I mean, even though you're scientific, I would honestly just put quarries on them. You know,
Yeah.
Why is
That
going
is
for
an
the
option.
carbon play? I don't get the carbon play.
Well,
that's
the
so
carbon
weird.
play is because carbon's at $30 and power's at 5. On top of that, let's look at this in terms of PB has a hacker array, Zap has a hacker array, right? They're both sitting on it. Zap's actually going to surplus water, PB's going to short water. The short might not work out too well for PB unless he spots this surplus coming in time. But PB has complete control of the water market, complete control of the fuel market, complete control of the iron market, complete control of the carbon market. Zap, he has glass. That's it. That is his edge right now. And that's not much of an edge when your glass is so far away and your opponent can just surplus it at a moment's notice. So that's why I think we're seeing PB go ahead and getting these monopolies on all of these
Finally.
different markets is because it just lets his hacker
What
array win him the
happened?
game.
What is PB doing? He's going into another reactor. He's claiming water. You guys.
I mean, this
Oh.
is
Good
why I was
job,
saying you
good
should just
job.
grab all the water you can.
That's one way to shut down a water
But
surplus.
Zap is quite good at noticing what's going on. I wonder why he's not noticing the water play.
I think Zap does notice the water play, but he's still on HQ level 2. My big concern for Zap this game was the fact that he did not force his glass furnaces to send. What I
Yep.
would love to see is the second he had 40 glass loaded
Yep.
up in those furnaces, send both of them, just get that upgrade and secure more claims. But he is so late to the game this game.
Totally
PB has
agree.
such a huge advantage that
Maybe that's just not part of his repertoire, but I don't know. I'd be surprised that Zap doesn't do that at all. Because clearly,
Yeah.
this is the issue of this game. Like he is going to lose this game. He's at level 2.
PB's at level 4. Zap's stock price is lower. PB
Like-
has more money. PB has everything.
Yeah, getting to level 3
Last
is
shortage.
just desperate situation at this point. So
Zap is going into glass shortage with his hacker array.
yeah.
Yeah,
But
that's his only play.
Yeah, it's the only play.
But does he even have glass? Is the glass?
Yeah,
even-
he has. No, he has no glass. He has 2
He
glass
has
furnaces.
60 glass
but
right now, and he has 60 glass shipping. So he will have 120 glass.
that's Zap. I'm
With
talking
shortage.
about PB. PB has none.
Oh,
Well,
okay.
yeah, of course.
Sorry.
Yeah, he has
Yeah.
no
Of course,
glass.
PB has no glass.
Yeah,
Though. Yeah,
of course.
I mean, PB, he is going to glass surplus. That shouldn't be a surprise at all. That is the obvious thing for Zap to be doing with his hacker.
Is it-
More dynamite on the hacker array for Zap. Have fun with that, Zap. Sorry. Zap actually sitting on a mutiny right now that he hasn't used yet. We'll have to see where that goes. Unfortunately, I don't think there's anything he can actually hit to take a huge advantage in the game. His best bet might be the water.
Yep.
But water's still pretty cheap on its own already, even after the shortage occurred, because Zap went ahead and put through the surplus. So I don't know what Zap can use this on, realistically.
And debt is just going to become a huge problem for Zap. I mean, he's just not making life support.
He
at
can
all.
upgrade. I mean, he can upgrade right now.
Well,
Yeah,
he's
but he
definitely-
is trying to sit on his glass for that shortage to go through, but the surplus came first. And that's what he was aiming for. He was trying to finish the game on this 120 glass.
Nice.
Try and take so much stock over with it that the game would just end. Now, the shortage is still going to come, but if PB's on the ball, he can buy into it.
They just sold, which I guess makes sense. You know, the price is going down.
Yeah,
so
the price is going down right now. You sell now,
Buy it
and
when it hits the bottom.
buy it when it hits the bottom. Exactly. If you expect the shortage
How
to
much
become.
cash does PB have?
PB has 60,000 cash right now.
Well, he
Zap's
should-
only
he should
sitting on
buy.
about 30.
He should buy up.
He'll be interested to see if he buys up.
There
when
you
it
go.
hits the
PB's
bottom.
going
Yeah.
for it. But I
He
must
might-
say that Zap has been holding on to a mutiny for a long time. Like, a really long time. I wonder what he's going to do with that.
Yeah, I don't know what he can do with that, if I'm honest. All right, Zap
I think you need
actually,
some water
Zap
later on.
doesn't get any short-term benefit off this shortage because Zap chooses instead to commit all of his funds
Glad.
to the to buying up his own stock. And so long-term, the glass shortage could still kind of work in his favor, but we're talking about super long-term while he just waits for this glass to fly in one day.
PB's using the carbon play. He's shorting carbon right now.
Yep.
He
Well,
can mutiny his carbon.
Well, it's gonna be too little, too late. I mean, that's the reason why I grabbed those carbons. The only real reason is to pull off a carbon shortage.
Wow, PB actually went to level 5.
Wow.
That's
That's
insane.
just-
Interestingly enough, both players sitting on equal steel production at this point as well, with neither of them having a store of it at all, so there's really no advantage going there, except that Zaps is currently EMP'd out. PB with his 120,000 debt, like, he managed to accumulate an awful lot of debt, and I'm actually very concerned for him that if
4
Zap
reactors.
finds an edge, if Zap finds an edge after getting this upgrade, PB's going to be very easy to purchase. I think PB went too hard on a couple of these late game auctions.
Mm-hmm. Is
And
he losing money right now, PB? Like,
I
is
don't
his
know.
debt going up or down?
Oh, his debt's going up massively. He's up to 140,000 debt. And
What's
the thing is,
what's he losing money on?
well, he's been selling his fuel as it comes in, right?
Yep. Mhm.
So he's losing money everywhere and putting it all into debt. Now, obviously, he can always just pay off his debt at a moment's notice with all this 1,000 carbon he's sitting on at $200
Sure.
a piece. Zap for the double hacker array. He's going to try and make the game work.
Boy, right now, if I was Zap, I'd
Whoa.
be tempted to sell a share of stock.
Oh.
and buy
If I was
shares of
Zap,
PB.
I would be dead.
Oh,
That's where I would be right now. No big surprise. PB just standard stuff.
2 hacker arrays from
Oh,
Zach.
man.
Oh,
2.
Yeah, that's
No,
what I
but-
was saying. If I were Zap, I'd be dead.
oh, congratulations, PB Head.
Congratulations.
The
That's
first
2-1.
winner of
He's
the.
not up yet. It's 2-1.
It-
We're going best of 5, aren't we?
Yes, that's the 5.
Wasn't this the fourth? Wasn't this the
is
fourth
the
game?
third.
This is the 3rd game. All right, chat. This is the 3rd game, right? Am I
Third
crazy?
game. No, not crazy. This is the 3rd game.
Maybe I'm. Okay.
I'm
we
pretty
had
sure
the-
this is the 4th
No,
game.
this was the 4th game,
Fourth?
wasn't it?
This is the 4th game. Congratulations, PB.
PB won the robotic game, didn't he?
Yeah. This
Yes.
is definitely the
I'm
4th
crazy.
game.
Oh, man.
4th game.
We're both crazy.
Maybe it was the 3rd game for us
Collective
because we actually
crazy.
got to.
Zap only had a chance because we
Totally right.
forgot.
Zap had a chance. That is
All
true
right.
one. I'm sorry, guys. I'm
Yeah,
losing.
the middle game, that third game was that fascinating game where they're both scavenger.
Yeah, exactly. I
That was
forgot about
really
the robotic game completely.
yeah. That's the really the pivotal game of this match. That
Definitely.
one was really close, and that was just sort of purely a question of which player outplayed the other, given like the exact same HQ and pretty much the exact same resources. So
Yeah. But we can see why I don't like Glass scientific that game. I think there was actually a huge mistake from Zap that game, though, not sending his Glass. That was
yeah, he had to get to level 3. Sitting at
like.
level 2 like that for that long was just death.
And PB actually going for the silicon and going for the water, send very, very quickly and gather very, very quickly as well. So he just pushed that advantage all the way through. That combined with the aluminum nuke definitely carried him through the whole game. It was very well played by PB.
Yes, very well played.
I mean, it would have been so hard for anyone to take PB down there with how well he was doing and how far ahead. He was just out-thinking Zap that whole game.
Well, some people are suggesting maybe a free-for-all. Layla, would you like to cast a game between me, Zap, Zoltar, and PB?
I'd love that.
What do you guys say?
I can do that. Oh man, I'm gonna die. I'm gonna lose so hard. I'm still tired.
Where is Zap? Zap is not there.
Well, if Zap doesn't want to as well, that's
well. We don't know where's Zap, so we don't know where Zap is. Zap, if you are listening to this stream, would you like a free for all with Thorin, Zoltar, and PB? Just let us know. I'd be very happy to do that. There you go. Would you like to join?
We should do a team game. That's what it should be. A 2v2 team game.
I think the crowd will want a free for all.
Ah man, but then when I lose, it's all my fault.
So I'm just gonna observe, and you guys are gonna play.
Okay.
All right.
I see a 4-player lobby, Layla. You're gonna need a 5-player lobby.
Okay. Let's do this.
I'm gonna need just 1 second. Well, I'll join, but don't start it up.
Cool.
Layla, you want to jump in, and then I can leave, and you get the host?
Yeah, let's do that. Back and join to observe. All right. Let's get control.
All right, just give 1 minute.
This is gonna be awesome. I love this. So you guys, PB has won the tournament. I'm gonna start another tournament in May, and just it's gonna be very interesting again. And I'm gonna make sure that we're gonna set up at home with a couple of good mics and headsets, and I'm getting a new computer. This one has been awesome, and it's new, but something's wrong with it, and we're just gonna replace that. And now that we are setting up, give me a second to see who's gonna win the free key. All right, so here's I have all the names in a ball, and one of the participants is gonna win a free key. Maybe share it with a friend. And they can play the game. So one of the participants who has been active, just check the forums.offworldgame.com, or the blog, Moag Games blog, moaggames.com. And I talked about active, just so we won't encourage someone joining the games later on of the tournament and not being active just for a free key. We just want to make sure that the players who were active, their names got into this hat, and I'm going to draw from the hat a name. I'm not gonna take too long, you guys. Sorry, are you talking to me?
Alright.
Oh no, that's chat in the background. Let's see. Alright, I'm gonna draw a name. King Morgan.
Okay.
King Morgan.
For the tournament.
Morgan.
Yeah, he's good.
He's explaining everything. I mean, as someone who only knows a little bit,
right.
he explains what's going on very well.
Yeah, cool. All right.
Soren, King Morgan wins a free key. He's one of the
Oh, great.
participants. Yeah, and I'm just gonna, you guys, I'm gonna put it on the forum and on the blog. And
Where's Zoltar?
I'm here. I'm waiting on you guys to get your lobby ownership sorted.
Yeah, I am.
You are? Because it shows
no,
me.
no,
It says
no, no.
to me that Captain's the lobby owner.
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
sorry.
I'll back out. Sorry.
No problem.
Because I just figured I'd watch the stream and see when it finally went over to the right person. That way I didn't have to be hopping in and out all the time.
Tell us when to join.
Okay, join.
All right. Do we want to adjust the map size down to medium for this, or
Yes. You want me to go medium, guys? You okay with that?
Yeah, that's
I
fine.
want to be on the call?
Should I get everyone on the call or get everyone out of the call?
That's a
don't-
good question.
I think everyone on the call is much better.
Sure, might as well.
Then
Yeah.
call him. We'll just.
Just a second, you guys. I'm gonna have to step out of the room. It's gonna be a BRB screen, and then I'm just gonna call them all. Just stay with me.
Hello.
Hello! Congratulations!
Congratulations.
Thanks for
Thank
making
you.
me win the bracket predictions. I appreciate it.
You're welcome, Zoltar.
I'm gonna take a little credit because I got to practice against you, but you know it's fine. Just a little bit. Just a little bit.
I like how you called it the totally wrong prediction.
Well, it's safer that way, you know,
I guess
because
so.
it's better than being the totally correct prediction and being down at the bottom.
It's true. But,
Zap,
you know,
where's
you were
Zap?
wrong in that you were, you know, fairly close to being right in your totally wrong prediction. So I don't know.
Shh.
Zap, are you
Go into
here?
All right. Well, I'm gonna have to. I need to step out around lunchtime, so.
Yeah, we can just.
No, he's awesome though. He's really, really good.
Everyone knew Zap.
Everyone knew Zap. I can get on that train because man, were you doing those games, and then it backfired the once because apparently you didn't
I
notice-
know. I didn't see him by the goon. If I saw him by the goon squad, I wouldn't have done that.
Oh, I know. Oh, I
didn't
know.
See I managed to miss him buying the goon squad somehow.
Let's be honest, though. Let's be honest. Those last two games in particular, those were so well played. Those were fantastic. I loved them.
Thank you. Yeah.
Yeah, that was definitely exciting.
They were, you know, they were very, you know, it was, you know, very resource rare maps. You know.
Yeah.
Were resource rare maps.
All right. Zap's ready. So let's do this thing.
All right.
Okay, ready, guys?
Yep.
Okay, let's go.
Zap it you?
4, 3.
Yeah,
Two.
I'm in the call.
Okay.
Oh,
excellent.
cool! We have him. Good luck, you guys.
Well played.
Congrats for getting a game off me.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah, congrats on winning.
Like, oh yeah, congrats on your
There we
consolation
go.
prize. Man, PB.
Medium levels of iron found.
Drive that knife in, why don't you?
And here's BB founding on. It's been good. We
Totally
have.
not surprised by that scientific found there.
Medium levels of aluminum found.
Oh, jeez, I'm already last.
Ah.
A geothermal vent. That will be useful.
Well, I don't know if this was a good found, but I felt like playing scavenger, so I'm not sure I care.
Now then, the day is ticking, and there is much research to be done.
So here's.
PB, you're gonna have to pick one of those aluminum tiles eventually.
Yeah, I know, but
I'm
I
just
don't
sitting
really
here
want
watching.
to.
I'm just sitting here watching your aluminum.
Well, I
Mine.
keep
It's like,
finding better and
stop,
better aluminum
stop,
tiles.
and
so-
stop and stop and stop and stop and stop, and it's like, all right, well, I guess you just can't decide. It's fine. You did find. I don't know what it is about you. You always find the carbon.
PB has very good tiles.
Well, Zap's in a great spot too. Let's be honest. He's got access to some good stuff, and then Soren, I'm a little worried about.
Well, I found last, but I got the two crucial things for scientific, so.
You did. You'll probably be fine.
No, I won't be fine, but it's
No,
not,
you'll be fine.
I'm not
Don't
map
worry
scored
about it.
anyway.
How is the silicon
Zap's got
situation
his-
on the map?
4 steel
That's
mills. Wow.
That is a lot of steel. What is a lot of steel? Ah,
There we
PB.
go.
I know where my first power surge is going.
Oh, that's
Wait,
rude.
did I just say that out loud? Wait,
Yeah,
I
you
forgot
did.
that.
Oh man.
So all
He's in this game. PB's in this game. Oh wow! What?
Wow, 70.
Zap.
wow.
Holy
Oh,
moly!
man.
I know why you just went for 28,000 though.
28,000. I like how I'm gonna be last to upgrade, just because reasons. We'll see if I can actually use it.
That's a lot of money. Zap, you're not normally into that. You have changed your game play a little bit.
Yeah, I gotta adjust it.
Well, that is a fair point. He's not normally into debt, and PB is. So maybe it's reasonable to be changing the idea of how to play out the game at this point.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh man, that double Geo is tempting, but I know that like it's just gonna be destroyed. You guys notice that?
Fine, I'll be the man this game. That's fine. We can just, you know.
Okay. Good luck.
I was gonna go for it, but I don't have the money for it.
I don't normally subscribe in the belief that like you should not like claim the best stuff for fear of being abused.
Yeah,
but-
except you were watching my
this
games
is-
last night.
Hey, you won that game.
It's true.
That's not the important part.
Yes, it is.
What's the important part?
The important part is how painful it was. Obviously.
Did you?
No.
Oh, there you
The
go.
viewer to hear you bellyache about it.
Yeah, well, I have fun with my belly aching, so I'm never gonna stop it.
Oh, who got that goon?
Not you.
No, not me.
I think that's the important part.
What are you up to, V?
Soren, why don't you claim the double geo instead of the single one?
I'm terrified that it's going to get wrecked.
Yeah, but you just need to claim one of them.
Yeah, but alright, Zoltar's grabbing
Oh,
This is
You
what we
can't-
call a sneaky play.
He can't goon squad both of them. He can, but he's
Well,
unlikely to.
I feel like Soren is keeping an
So
eye
which
on
one's gonna be
on
good?
Zoltar.
Yeah, I feel like I'm getting watched over here.
Soren, I think you should watch the one who just won the tourney.
It's true. Like PB's running away. With the
PB is
game.
running
He's got
away with the
Superfans
game.
Down so fast this game. He's gonna be in a great spot.
We got plenty of capable players here.
I agree.
I don't know about that at this time. of
No,
day.
I actually
Please ignore the
agree.
winner in the corner.
Yeah, please ignore the winner
Wow.
in the corner.
Somebody's cocky.
He has the right to be. I mean, he won it fair and square.
I mean, I put it fair and square, but we need to talk about the day before the tournament.
Yeah, where you got where you got 2 map wins in a row, followed by all aluminum. Yeah, okay.
Exactly. Hey, you had
Do you want to
chance
talk about the
bet
day
on
before that, where I'm pretty sure I didn't lose a game to?
Aha!
Well, if we're gonna talk about victories
Oh,
during
this
those,
is really coming out here.
talk about the just in surplus. We can go there. It's fine.
Scientific colony expanded.
Oh, that's what happened.
All right. Let's see. You upgraded. Where are you gonna go into? And here it
The
is.
black market is online.
The captain, what are you going into? I see.
Farm's going down. That's
See.
potentially a good play.
I've never seen such elegant user function. We'll have more facilities over time.
I hate having to do this. I'm just sitting here waiting.
Interesting.
The black market is online.
But damn, is it efficient? You should be proud of our guys.
You too.
The black market is online.
True.
Yeah, one guy in this game is sitting on reactors and glass furnaces.
I don't know who that is. I have no idea.
You're the scavenger, so you have cheap EMPs and stuff.
Yeah. It's not cheap EMPs. It's a lot of EMPs. There's
Yeah, a lot of them. Just spam it.
Whoa! I thought that might happen. Again. Okay, and we can see that a PB is definitely targeted.
Yeah,
Yes, thank you. Thank you for that. I appreciate
No
it.
problem. I just saw one and then the other.
Help.
I'm not saying it's not fair. I'm not saying it's not fair.
Yeah, Zap. If anybody didn't notice, Zap just got, his steel short off too.
Oh, I noticed. I just don't know what I'm supposed to do about it.
Another
Yeah,
Jupiter.
keep EMPing the scavenger because he gets full duration.
Oh,
sure.
okay.
Yeah.
It's like a great play to keep the scientists from running away with the game.
Yep.
I got EMP the scavenger.
And that's how Zap wins all his games. You know that, right?
I know. He sits in the corner on site
every single time.
and then he runs away with it.
That's why I didn't want to answer the phone call.
Scientist.
16,000.
Really?
Most optimistic projections.
And Zap with the double hacker array play.
I see it. Got stuff going down. I don't know what I'm supposed to do about it. You're the one off to the early lead. You fix it.
Yeah, I am doing something about it, but it's not going to be enough.
The black market is online.
No, why? Zap, how could you? Oh, wow, that is a lot of farms.
Oh!
We're not surprised.
That was ouch. Ouch, Charlie. Ouch.
Maybe I like when it's just you and me being the scavengers in the game because it makes things interesting.
Yeah, that is kind of nice, huh?
Trying to see like who's doing the buy-in, who's doing the sell-in beforehand.
Damn it, Captain! I'm trying to keep you all alive against Zap here, and you're just gonna try to kill me.
Oh,
it's not very nice.
Here, I'll help out. There.
Oh, don't do that.
So easily.
Well, now I just have to turn my money on you.
Oh, why? I didn't do anything to you. Love how Zap's just sitting in the corner untouched. Half the stock just because he can.
Yeah, I've just had like 3 EMPs and a mutiny.
Yeah, all of that was
nothing
me,
special. Yeah,
and no one else has helped. So
I'm working on it. Just calm down. Oh, well, I misclicked. That's unfortunate. Yeah, that was me. I'll just own up to it.
This is a game where the pleasure zone might be a good move.
Might be.
So how many geotherms do you have?
8,000, 9,000,
You know, enough.
10,000.
It has auctioned off a lot of geos this game, hasn't it?
there's a lot of geos on the map, and
Well,
if there's a
fair
geo, it almost always auctions it. So
Yeah, that's always kind of weird to me, but I guess it's fine.
oh, I wonder who's doing a steel shortage. It is such a mystery. like I want to.
Oh, nice move. Nice move. I was tempted to bot into it too.
Whoa. Poor Zap.
Zap's fine.
Zap has been targeted
Zap's winning the
3
game.
times in a row.
Zap's
One time by
winning the
EMP. Well, yeah, but I mean, I'm
Zap
just
is winning the
stating
game.
the
It's true.
obvious, right? The obvious is he was targeted by an EMP,
Black monarch
and then
is
targeted by
online.
dynamite.
That was a quick price drop.
Manipulation begins
Well,
shortly.
sometimes the scavengers are the ones making glass.
Your
Your
stock
stock
is
is
being
being
bought.
bought.
Don't buy me out! It never ends well for that person.
No, that's not true. I buy you out all the time.
Wow, that was impressive. I had no idea you were that close. I guess I
Oh,
let my
yeah.
debt get out of control.
He was sitting on all kinds of money. It was
Yeah.
pretty scary. You know, I have 4 claims that I'm not using right now, and I should really resolve that situation.
Oh, that's rough. And that kind of hands the game to PB too.
I have no
Well,
idea what
Zap's
happened
still
here.
kind of scary right now. What happened is PB's been bouncing shortages for a while.
No,
That
I'm
doesn't
talking
really matter when
on
someone
my
owns a
end.
player.
Soren, on my end, I was on an observe mode,
Yeah.
and then once PB took over, it just said that I was purchased by PB.
Well, yeah,
Yeah.
you're considered like you were observing me, so you basically have my player ID. So whatever happens to me, you see.
Yeah,
So-
but now I cannot.
Oh, you're gonna have to escape. It might be kind of rough for you to. I don't know what the mechanism is, but there is
There
a way.
is a way. You can hit escape, you can like maybe F1, things like that.
8,000, 9,000, 10,000, 12,000.
Wow, that really blindsided me.
Really? 'Cause
Yeah.
You bought his stock.
Well, I bought his stock, but you know, I bought the stock, right? I mean, I owned 7, I think, of my own shares.
He was
Soren?
sitting at over 150,000.
In cash. Yeah, I wasn't paying attention to that.
Soren, pay
Yeah.
attention to the chat a second.
But if you could have easily bought me out straight up. If at that point, he should have just started buying my stock. It would have been cheaper for him.
It's better with a surprise. So.
That's true.
Well, in the next update, he would have been able to buy me even before my shares were gone. So you just hold Shift and click the buy button, and you'll just charge twice. You know, double the rate for the stock you don't own. But it'd still be cheaper.
Oh, interesting.
It'll still be cheaper for him just to go through the motions of buying up that extra stock. I mean, he lost a good chunk of cash.
Probably dead here.
So that's what kind of surprised me.
Soren.
Yep.
The chat is saying that it happened to Zoltar one time when he was casting the game.
Yeah, I saw it.
Yeah, so that's what happened. I was watching you being bought, and then,
yep.
Yeah.
There it is.
And now it's back to me and Zap.
What?
Yep.
Oh,
Yeah, this looks like an interesting fight.
Well, never does not change much. All right, well, I have to head out, guys, but thanks for playing. And
all right.
This was a lot of fun, and I'm still gonna have to watch this over again to figure out where I went wrong.
I know where I went wrong, but that's fine.
Because I was making money, but not enough.
You tried to buy me. That's what went wrong.
It's true.
Well, that's the correct thing to do when you're riding a low stock price.
No, well, unless it's me.
Yeah, unless the guy has a lot of money, in which case you just kind of want to hang low for a little while, see if you can cut off his funds somehow with surpluses or shortages, just outplay him that way. And me, I just messed up my claims. I should have taken one more water when I took one more power earlier in the game, and I would have been beautiful. That didn't happen, though. And I'm a little concerned for Zap at this point.
Me too.
Because PB, you got the buy on Soren, and now you can just pretty well ride that the whole time.
All right, guys, I gotta sign off. I'll catch you later. Thanks for watching.
Thanks for playing. Thanks for casting. It's been awesome.
Yeah.
Good play, Zap, and congratulations, PB.
Three large pirates are auctioning their services to the highest bidder.
6,000.
Oh man. So what do you think, Zoltar? It's back to you and me.
What was that?
It's back to you and me and PB Head and Zap. What do you think is gonna happen?
Well, I think... Well, I honestly think PB's got this wrapped up pretty well right now. He's been using the black market pretty well. He got a great found. He knows what he's up to. He knows how to win a game out from here. That's going to have to pull out a bit of something interesting to take it. Because PB's just got the production. And that production edge, when it's this drastic, can pretty easily just carry a game if neither player makes a whole lot of mistakes. Yeah, I just messed up in the early game and never recovered, basically, is what it came down to for me. And there's the buy. No surprise.
No surprise.
After PB got the buys rolling, they just weren't going to stop because everything was still worth a lot of money at that point. And with everything is worth a lot of money, and you just have more tiles than everybody.
You just have more production.
Win. Exactly.
Black
and
market.
You took over my water, which was so nice. You got
that was very nice. Thank you.
Steel, that was so nice.
Actually, it was iron at the time, which was even nicer because I was shorting iron because no one was making iron because there's no scientific. Everything was scientific and scavenger, so no one's making iron.
That's fine, man. And I didn't have time to let my shortages roll in to try and take my advantage of that game.
Yeah, no, I noticed you short sold your chemicals as I started buying you in.
Yeah, exactly. And then I messed up my glass shortage. There were just all kinds of mistakes this game. Like I said, there would be because that was
so
my
you
first
guys,
game
PB
today.
purchased 4 EMPs, 3 power surges from the 11 items from the black market. The captain 5, one of them being a new claim and 2 goon squads, and then Zoltar 9 with 2 power surges, 1 underground nuke, 1 dynamite, 1 mutiny, 2 goon squads, and Zap. Come on, Zap 5.
It was really good. Basically, that entire game, and I had to keep the steel down because someone had like 5 steel mills.
Did you surplus steel?
I did surplus steel at the end.
I also surplused steel, so...
Yeah, I saw that. That was very nice of you. Thank you.
Yeah.
Whatever. You guys are mean to each other. So,
well, at least we dish it out equally.
Yeah, I agree. I must say congratulations, PB, on the win.
Thank you.
Hard luck, Zap. You can get him in the next tourney.
Maybe.
Zoltar, thank you so much for being, great casting, the tourney with us. You've been a great observer. Thank you so much. Thank you guys for being in the chat room. King Morgan wins a free key. Now Zap, he sent me his address. PB, send me your address. We want to send you something from Mohawk Games.
Okay,
Both
cool.
of you. Yeah. So thank you much, you guys, for being there. And you can just follow us on the blog, on the forums, you guys in the chat, anywhere. On Twitter, it's at LaylaCatJ or at Moha Games. Just follow us anywhere you like, and we'll tell you when the next tourney is happening. Also, stay tuned. Edge Squared is working on a community ladder ranking. I looked at it. It's pretty awesome. He's here in the room if you want to ask him a few questions. Gotta go, but thank you so much for everything. Love you guys. Bye PB. Bye Saltar. Bye Zap.
See you guys. Yeah, I have to do some real life too. So
Stuff to do and things.
Stuff to do.
I have been neglecting. Neglecting real life here. So.
Yeah, I see you were playing privately 1v1 or something. All right. Yeah. Bye bye, you guys.
Okay. See ya.
Bye. Bye.